Yo, Haley! Woo!
My depression. My depression is a major confession, and I can no longer live by discretion. I'm so tired, surrounded by liars. My brain cannot be rewired. Pills, wine, pretend therapy, marijuana. I can be honest, listen if you wanna. I'm no longer a slave to this drama. Say what's on your mind because I'm about to tell you what's on mine. I'm hoping by this point I'm sipping on a red or white wine. And when I speak the last words of this poem, I'll be fine. I don't have a soul to blame for the tears. All I know is I've walked alone for years, begged to deal with your pain and your fears. As I face my past and the darkness's kin, its faces changes, its eyes I drown in, but it's far scarier when you realize it's all from within. No one sees the beast on my chest, no one congratulates me for doing my best, no one even cares to join my quest. No one sees the beast in my head, don't you realize what children see under their bed? The monsters you've let creep, perhaps even led. They scream in the darkest nights with dreaded anticipation. They manifest in silent cries, which are their motivation. I can't help but scream, wishing the morning would bring vindication. I pray no one sees through my disguise, the one I've worn every day before your blind eyes. I call to my darkness, and to my surprise, it replies. I want to tell it to leave and go away, but it begs to enter my mind. It just wants to play. Try to stay strong, but I'm beaten, bruised, so I sway. It stays longer than I could have ever wanted. It leaves itself splattered, the halls of my mind haunted. I don't even care, I just wish it never taunted. It keeps me alone, so it's only it and I try to just ignore it, but it looks me in my eye and whispers over and over, wouldn't it be better to just die? You'd solve your pain, your loneliness, your pride. I know I've caused you so much grief along this ride, but I can take it all away, the beast whispers to my mind. I felt blades in my hand, this isn't the first time. It slides across my skin, trying to stay mute like a mime. Red velvet, a slight pinch, and after a slight whine. The darkness grins at every scar. Sometimes it tells me to jump in front of a car. I guess that's why I find myself in a bar. I like to sit alone with a drink and pretend for a moment that I can't think, but it sits in the corner. I think I saw it wink. I run and I run away from the fears, hoping one day I'll drink a couple beers, down by the river with all of my peers. I try to see my future and purpose unfold, but my illness steals my ability, like a thief gold. At this point, I know these bonds will hold. There's no escape from the things that are my fault. The guilt, the shame, the fear, it's all in my vault. It looks like I've joined a righteous cult. I'm reminded daily that I'm never enough. You'll totally be fine. I know you're tough. I'm smart enough to call your bluff. People never understand why I get high. Maybe because folks forgot to say goodbye. Maybe I'm trying to forget men that have grabbed my thigh. I'm just a simple girl wanting a simple life, but every time I'm alone, I must resist a knife. I can't believe I was almost the wrong man's wife. I try and I try to keep my mind from the past, but like a fisherman, darkness's line is cast, and I'm brought right back in way too fast. With brokenness and death in my bones, the Lord I serve, my destruction he postpones. I don't deserve a second chance, but my future he holds. I've walked alone enough to know and understand that as long as Jesus' side is where I stand, I no longer have to be a slave because he brought my freedom with his hand. I'm no longer condemned, he makes my soul white as snow. I never want to turn back because now I know my peace was purchased on a cross that stood no row. Christ walked this world before I was even a thought, and it's beautiful that for you and I, Calvary bought. A new life, a new chance, he came, he served, he taught. With every new message of God's love and unending peace, my heart is washed in grace that will never cease. My mind, my heart, my soul are free from the sins that seize. The pain is gone, the loneliness dissolved, the insecurity lost. He bore it all, Father's Son, what a cost. Just for you and I, he defeated hell, and heaven's gates he crossed. I owe it all to my Jesus, even though my all is never enough. The most blessed part of it all, although understanding is tough, is that we can never amount to enough, but Jesus is what fills the void, no matter how rough. No matter what your heart holds, he already bore it all. So please listen for the Holy Spirit's call, for he will lead you from the edge of darkness and the inevitable fall. I beg those around me for forgiveness, but he forgives me when I ask. He is everything my human heart lacks. His blood, our communion wine, is what now fills my flask. I'm not perfect, and I can never even hope to be, but he is what is perfect within me, so his face and his ways are what I want to see. I will get lost along this path, I will fall, I will sin, for that's what we are all born in. But Jesus promised he would always be within. I suffer with a lot on my mind, I toss and turn, but peace I never find, because I'm far too selfish, prideful, unkind. But I'm saved from myself and the devil's tricks. Jesus did not come to condemn the world, but to fix people like me who are weak, broken, and sick. I know this poem is a lot to take in, but I've walked a long walk with the devil and his kin. But every lesson to Lucifer's disgust has only shown me that Jesus sure did win. He changed my heart from dark and cold to a light. He changed not only my situation, but my mind and my life. And that very reason is why he may use my hands, my feet, my tongue, and my heart to prove his might.
Okay, Haley! Okay, Haley!
Yeah, Haley!